Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to do the first review of a four-parter of Venom vs. Carnage, a miniseries from 2000, from the early zeros, 2005 or something. That features both symbiotes or Klyntar. Klyntar 998 and Klyntar 999. That's Carnage. And from the book alone, sad to say, what's worse than one mayhem symbiote? 2. What's worse than that? 3. And without further ado, what you can read from the back cover. Carnage is braggers. And his host and him don't like it a bit. And to give a little background story where Venom comes from, and other Klyntar like him. Usually Venom was part of an alien race called the Klyntar that basically took over planets, or a host of planets, by bonding with them and sucking their depleting them of their adrenaline reserves so that they die. Venom, on the other hand, was the exception of that part. He wanted to coexist with his host, and instead of killing him immediately, and only go to another host before when the adrenaline ran out, or when he was becoming too weak. And that kind of caused struggles with his other fellow Klyntar, so he was kicked out of his planet. Eventually, he ended up in a machine, and eventually Spider-Man, when he was about to repair his suit, unintentionally set him free, and so he bonded to him until it gave him abilities like unlimited webbing, and you could camouflage, change his appearance, clothing, whatever, but it also made actions a little more violent than usual. Eventually he separated from him in the church, and but he didn't know that Eddie Brock was there as well, so that's how it happened. And eventually Eddie ended up in prison, and he left an offspring in the form of this. And they both hate each other, just like Carnage is hating his about to be newborn son. The story itself, it's written by Peter Milligan, artist Clayton Crane. Get that out of here. That is virtual calligraphies, Corey Petit, Randy Gentile, and Chris Ediopoulos. So this, before you know it, this is going to be full spoiler. So if you don't like this part, you can click away right now after the 4th minute is done. So we're going to part 1. Carnage is braggers, and he doesn't want to talk about it. This whole thing, it disgusts me. It's sick, and I don't even want to talk about it. So he's basically acting like a grumpy pregnant mom. And Venom, on the other hand, tells him that it needs to happen. They need to have this talk, father and son talk. And I said, Venom is the 998 symbiote in line. Carnage is the 999 symbiote in line, which means that Toxin is going to be the 1000th. The 1000th symbiote in line. But the thing is, Carnage hates him because he is afraid what he could overpower him. Venom, on the other hand, which is quite an exception this time, it won't last long. He wants to protect the new spawn for his own reasons. And he says And yeah, Carnage hates him, hates his guts. Understandable. And yeah, without hate, it would be unsymbiotic between the offsprings. And yeah, Carnage and Venom. Part 1. Baby, please don't go. So yeah. And yeah, Carnage is trying to everything in his power to stop it, but it can't be stopped. But yeah, it also yeah. There's a part in it as well. Relation pretty simplified, should be hostile, etc. But you cannot run it. And yeah, Carnage is trying to run away. It's not even daring to attack innocents. And over there, some kind of painter or Perv is trying to check out some goods, and he sees Venom and Carnage run away. Venom is trying to follow him, and going to an art gallery where yeah, Felicia Hardy is looking at the painting of Black Cat, and she is going to of course steal it. The guy sends his dog after her. She scares him away. And before that, Carnage bursts to prevent it. He bursts himself deep within a building, trying to do everything, sitting on top of it to prevent his offspring from being born. But it's mission impossible because this should have been a splash page, 100% save. And yeah, she's talking to a sculpture. She's talking to a sculpture, and boom! I'm surprised it didn't give her silver hair over there. But I digress. So Carnage, like Venom said, you can't prevent it. If you symbiote is about to spawn, there's nothing you can do about it. So to no surprise, him trying to Carnage and Klyntar trying to burrow it up, causes a massive explosion. And this was like an explosive birth. And yeah, the guy was bird watching. Yeah, sure. You were looking at some free nipples. I get it. I do it myself as well. Just kidding. No, I'm not that kind of guy. One straight, and yeah, and he saw a black thing. He pretty saw Venom, and yeah, they both heard the explosion of yeah, Carnage giving birth to what soon will be Toxin, the 1000 symbiote in line. And the reason why Venom wants to protect him as well, because the 1000 symbiote in line could have caused a mental, since it's the 1000 in the 1000 or the 1000 symbiote in line, it caused a mental breakdown with him. That could potentially, yeah, without proper guidance, you could indeed it could indeed go south. So yeah, Klyntar and Carnage. It also shows that yeah, despite everything, symbiotes are not entirely good or evil. It also depends on the host itself. And yeah, Venom, Eddie was not entirely evil either. It was just unfortunate circumstances that led him to this path. Where Carnage, his Klyntar, since Klyntar was already pretty much fucked in the head. And yeah, a serial killer also drove the symbiote insane inside of him. And yeah, that's what happened. And yeah, Yeah, Cletus Cassidy and Carnage are completely wasted. And this over is Patrick Mulligan, a cop from since Carnage is too weak to finish it now, he puts his pawn on the back of his neck, right here. He plants a seat on his neck, also as a tracking device to finish him off later. And someone stole the painting, of course, Black Cat. What do you expect? So Venom can feel it, and Patrick Mulligan is has a new has a baby heading on the way, along with his wife, and also wants to live in his father's footsteps. And Gina is, of course, it's cops and monsters, and Venom is right behind. So he breaks through the window, and he's not here to hurt him. And Venom is like, do you love this human infant? Yeah, of course, it's his son. What do you expect? And he asks him, tell me what's it like. He wants to know how it is to be a father. It's really weird. Normally he's kind of destructive, but now he wants to have some knowledge about how to raise a child, or a grandchild in this case. And of course, Spider-Man ruins the party. Now it can't pick up symbiotes, but he could still follow his tracks to a certain degree. And and he's here, Carnage wants to get rid of him because he's afraid of competition. Venom wants to protect him because he, what he said. He hates his son, but he also cares about the species, unlike Carnage, who wants to kill basically everyone and don't give a single F at all. By the 1000th generation, the chances for psychotic breakdown or genetic breakdown are quite great, unless a grandparent can educate the child in the ancient way, the symbiotes or the Klyntar. Venom wants to help him for his own reasons, but Carnage, he wants to destroy it. And Carnage tracks him down and attacks his wife. Out of my way, and Gina falls down the building, but is saved by Spider-Man, and eventually saved by Spider-Man. And Venom goes into a full father mode, protective mode, and a fight breaks loose. And Gina fortunately is saved by Spider-Man just in the nick of time. And she's worried about Patrick Mulligan, and he's having a baby. She's having a baby, and Carnage is on top of the roof. About this message coming through, and Patrick Mulligan begs him not to spare him, but we said anything about killing you. I just have to rip out your rib cage, lungs, and spleen, so I can get at my baby. You're welcome to what's left. Yeah, in typical Carnage fashion. And this is beautiful. Nice art. And will we make it out of their life? God knows. We'll find out in part 2. And not bad for a start. But and it also shows there's a different side of Venom that not many know about. You know him as the destructive force of Spider-Man, but despite everything, he still has enough mind and conscience left, both as Klyntar as Eddie, to realize that there are lines that you can't cross, and you have to protect your species at times. That's interesting. Story-wise, it felt a little bit on the safe side. I mean, that explosion could have been much more, but that's because it's probably the age rating. I don't know. But yeah, it's okay after a good start, but it's playing it too safe. So next we're going to part 2. I drink my coffee and I have to go to work. And yeah, expect part 2 somewhere later this weekend or next week. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. No long review this time, just 16 minutes. 16. Drink my coffee. I go to brush my teeth. Head to work. Otherwise I'll be late. So yeah, that's it, folks. Like we say in Japanese, mata ne.